and this is a film that was banned in Singapore for over 40 years. How's it going, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Mike Stark, and in today's video, I'll be going through every Stanley Kubrick film ever released on 4K Ultra HD so far, starting off with the first title being his one and only horror film, and that movie is The Shining, adapted from Stephen King's novel. This film is a very frightening movie if you haven't seen it. And to think that the "Here Johnny" line was improvised by Jack Nicholson, amazing.
Here's Johnny!
But yeah, the audios and visuals for this were really good. There was a lot of grain in it. It gets a 9 out of 10, and the packaging gets an 8. And the film as a whole gets a 10 out of 10. I really love this movie, but if you haven't seen it, it's about a writer named Jack Torrance that goes crazy and tries to kill his family in the hotel that he stays at to write this book. So, anyways, yeah. Next title is a Stanley Kubrick film that is his only ever film to win an Academy Award, and that science fiction film is a 2001 A Space Odyssey. This gets a 10 out of 10 for audios and visuals, and the film as a whole gets an 8 out of 10. Packaging as well gets an 8 out of 10. But yeah, what can I say? This is a bizarre movie. If you haven't seen this movie, it's technically a film that is about this astronaut and what happens when he's in space. It's about the future. Just, yeah, really unique film if you haven't seen it. Anyways, next one on the list is the 1987 war film, and that is Full Metal Jacket. Now, if you haven't seen this movie, and I didn't know this as well, that Stanley Kubrick, along with his daughter Vivian Kubrick, have cameos in this movie. I'll put the visuals on screen now so you can see. The audios and visuals get a 9 out of 10, packaging gets an 8 out of 10, and the movie as a whole gets a 10 out of 10. I really love this movie. But yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, it just shows what the soldiers, well, what people go through when they sign up to go to military boot camp, and then afterwards when they get assigned to go to war, and this is about the Vietnam War. Yeah, amazing movie. Anyways, next one on the list is Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Now, the audios and visuals for this didn't really look that good on 4K, to be honest. It gets an 8 out of 10, and the packaging gets an 8 out of 10 as well. And yeah, to be honest, I haven't seen this movie, so I can't give you my overall rating for this, but it does star Peter Sellers, and it's an unusual film to describe. But yeah, it's a film that is about an Air Force strategic commander, Jack Ripper, who orders a bomber squadron to attack the USSR, triggering a Soviet secret weapon, the Doomsday Machine, and so on and so on. Anyway, okay, the next film on this list is the 1960 historical war film starring Kirk Douglas, and that is Spartacus. Now, this film looks amazing on 4K. They did a great job remastering this. The audios and visuals get a 10 out of 10, the packaging gets an 8 out of 10, and the movie as a whole gets an 8 out of 10. Now, this film was actually, the fight scenes in this film were actually choreographed by a professional gladiator, I think. I guess that's why it looks so authentic. But yeah, the film is about the historical figure Spartacus and the Roman Empire, and it's a really, really long film. And yeah, what can I say? It's a masterpiece though, but all Stanley Kubrick films are masterpieces. Now, the next film and the last film on this list is my favorite Stanley Kubrick film on this list, and this is a film that was banned in Singapore for over 40 years. Since 2011, this film ban has been lifted in Singapore, and this is the dystopian crime film from 1971, and that film is A Clockwork Orange, starring Malcolm McDowell. Now, the audios and visuals for this get a 9 out of 10. It was a little bit grainy, and the film as a whole, it's one of my favorite, well, it is my favorite Stanley Kubrick film. Gets a 10 out of 10. But yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, It's about this crazy maniac teenager named Alex who causes havoc with his fellow Drugans, his friends, during the nighttime, causes home invasions, and then one night his friends betray him. He ends up going to jail and then participates in this experiment to get him out of jail. Just a great movie. But I'm going to end this video here because this video is done. So, without further ado, I just want to say thank you all for watching. I'm Mike Stuff. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below any questions you may have. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't, because you'll be missing out on my next video, which will be the Super Mario Brothers Trust the Fungus limited edition from Umbrella Entertainment. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, I'll catch you all in my next video. Signing off, Mike Star. But until then, have a good night.